I told my daughter to hit below the belt. My 12-year-old Zoe came home from school with a bloody nose and grass stains all over her uniform. She was trying not to cry, but I could see her bottom lip shaking. She dropped her backpack by the door and just stood there looking at the floor. What happened, baby? I asked, pulling her into a hug. She finally broke down. Turns out this kid Connor, who sits behind her in math class, had been picking on her for weeks. Started with stupid stuff like pulling her hair and flicking paper balls at her head. Then it got worse. He started calling her crater face because she has a few pimples. And yesterday he told the whole lunch table that she smells like fish sticks. Today he pushed her off the monkey bars during recess. She scraped her knee pretty bad and everyone just laughed. When she tried to tell the teacher, Connor said she fell on her own and made it seem like she was lying. The teacher basically shrugged it off. I was seeing red. My ex-husband always told me to teach Zoe to turn the other cheek and be the bigger person. But watching my daughter's confidence crumble over some little punk's need to feel powerful? Nah, not happening. Zoe, listen to me, I said, kneeling down to her level. Tomorrow when Connor starts his crap again, I want you to hit him where it hurts most. Her eyes got wide. Mom, you always said fighting is wrong. Not fighting, honey. Just one good hit to make him think twice. Right between the legs. Hard as you can. She looked shocked. But I'll get in trouble. Let me worry about that. Sometimes people only understand one language, and Connor speaks bully. You've tried being nice. You've tried telling adults. Time for plan C. The next day I got a call from the principal around 1 p.m. Apparently Connor had been taunting Zoe during lunch, calling her fish stick girl in front of everyone. When he stood up to dump his chocolate milk over her head, she shot up from her seat and kicked him right in the nuts. The kid dropped like a sack of potatoes and started crying in front of half the cafeteria. I had to come pick her up. She was sitting in the principal's office looking nervous, but also kind of proud. Mrs. Davidson, the principal, was not happy with me at all. We have a zero tolerance policy for violence, she said, giving me this stern look. Zoe admitted you told her to do this. That's right, I said, and I'd tell her to do it again. Mrs. Davidson's mouth fell open. Excuse me? You want to know what happened here? My daughter came to your staff multiple times about Connor's harassment. Nothing got done. Today he was about to humiliate her in front of everyone and she defended herself. Good for her. We don't solve problems with violence. Then why didn't you solve it without violence? I cut her off. This could have been prevented if someone had actually listened to my daughter instead of brushing her off. The principal got all flustered and started talking about how they would investigate Connor's behavior and maybe give him detention. Too little, too late. Zoe got suspended for 3 days. Connor got 1 day of lunch detention after they finally looked into his pattern of bullying. But here's the thing. When Zoe went back to school, Connor wouldn't even make eye contact with her. Word had spread about what happened, and suddenly other kids were telling their own stories about Connor being a jerk. 2 weeks later, Connor's parents transferred him to a different school. Turns out several families had complained about his behavior over the years, but it took my daughter defending herself for anyone to pay attention. Zoe's confidence came back stronger than ever. She made new friends who actually stood up for each other. Her grades improved. She started laughing again.